It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Mike Prince Show. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website, obnradio.com. And a 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. Great show on last night. Gene Johnson of the Waller Bulldogs and Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Good football conversation. Looking forward to the spring for the Panthers. The Bulldogs have a huge contest this week to take on the Mustangs of Magnolia West, homecoming 2020 for the Waller Bulldogs. As we talk about football season, let us do a side note real quickly and recognize the World Series that is going on between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Dodgers regained control of the series on last night's victory to take a 3-2 lead in the series. Now, a lot of people weighing in that the Dodgers would win this thing. I'm still have hope and glimmer, and just for the sake of competition, wanting to see the Rays win and push this thing, if they could, to a Game 7. Well, they would have to now, being that they're down 3-2. But it's real good to see the spirit of competition moving forward in the World Series. And speaking of the spirit of competition, we cannot help but acknowledge that my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers 6-0 gave me a little scare toward the end with the Tennessee Titans, but they were able to hold them off. What did you guys think about the Big Ten coming back into action? Ohio State looking strong. Michigan looking strong, but they always look strong until they go up against Ohio State. So we'll see how those things develop. Indiana University pulling off a huge upset over the course of the weekend to shake things up in the Big Ten. And now the last of the Big Five to sew all this up together will be the Pac-12, which will be featured later on this week. Part of the conversation that I had with Coach Dooley was what appears to be the lack of respect for Panthers football throughout the rest of the conference. Want you guys to weigh in on it. Let us know what you think, if the Panthers are getting the respect that they deserve or they're being slightly disrespected, or whatever angle you would choose to take. Hit us up at 713-570-6736. Leave your questions, comments, or concerns today. Of course, we're always working on interviews and other featured stories to be brought up here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. This week's intentions will definitely be on that par to fulfill that mission. We'll be running up polls, of course, throughout the course of the week, just to get your feedback on some certain stories that strike up our curiosity. As I mentioned, with the conference of the Southwestern Athletic Conference growing to 12 teams, of course, the top 6 have been mentioned. And I'll give you that list one more time. FAM, Bethune, Southern, Grambling, Alcorn, Jackson State, which remains Prairie View, Texas Southern, Pine Bluff, Mississippi Valley, Alabama A&M, Alabama State. Of those 6, which teams do you feel are being the most disrespected as far as not being mentioned in the quote-unquote upper echelon of the conference? Unfortunately, someone has to make up the rear, right? But of the teams that are least frequently being mentioned, which team do you think will have the breakout year, the shocker year, the one that turned heads? We'll give you those options again. Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Pine Bluff, Prairie View, Mississippi Valley, Texas Southern. Be sure to chime in by way of Twitter at The Mike Prince Show, by way of YouTube at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, or on the 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. Still a lot to work on. Basketball repping up. We want to reach out to more coaches throughout the conference. I am going to exit stage left for right now. My time is far spent that I must depart for now. But until the next time, I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. You guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.